Hello, today's topic is all about the 4 stages of life. 4 stages of life, yes. Um, so the question is, what are the 4 stages of life and who decides what the 4 stages are? Well, I was watching a YouTube video by a guy called Mark Manson, um, who does sort of self-help psychology, popular psychology. And he identified 4 stages of life. And I thought, well, maybe there's some truth to this. And he said that each stage, well, let's talk about the 4 stages. The first stage, number one, is what he calls mimicry. Mimic means copying. And this is typically for when you're a child. That's how we learn to speak a language, your mother tongue. Your native language is from mimicry, copying your mother or your father or your friends, and that's typically through your childhood and maybe into your early adulthood, your adolescence. But then we'll probably stop because you have a new phase. The stage two is exploration. The problem with stage one is you're just copying other people, and at some point you get tired of copying other people and you want to find your own voice, your own way of doing things. That's exploration. This will be the phase that you go through where you want to travel a lot. You want to try new hobbies, meet new people, have a new boyfriend or girlfriend. Um, and that can last a long time into your adulthood. Um, but what else? So that continues. But the problem with that phase in life is it's always changing. You're always exploring, always trying new things, and that's fun. But after a while, it gets tiring, and you search for stage three, which is stability, stable, staying the same, because you realize as you become an adult that to make any difference, to make any lasting change, takes a long time. So in this stage, stability stage is typically when we commit, when we make promises to other people. Is when you get married, you stop having boyfriends and girlfriends and decide on one person, or maybe one job, or you decide to buy a house. These kinds of big moments, you're cutting out possibilities of the future because you've decided this is pretty good. I'm happy with who I am. I don't need to explore so much anymore. And then the final stage is the legacy stage. Legacy is like passing on what you have learned to the next generation. Probably that's the end of, not the end of your life, but towards the end of, yeah, well, I guess towards the end of your life, you start thinking about those things. It could be something like writing a book or wanting to preserve and keep what you have done. If you've bought a house, you want to keep the house and pass it to your children. So it's thinking about doing things that will outlive your life. Now, these are the 4 stages. Now, there's no rules about when you go through the stages, and sometimes you can step back. For example, if you got divorced, you'd have to start again. You might go back to the exploration stage. So these stages are not fixed for certain time lengths, and you may go back and forth. But it's valuable because if you know these stages and you can recognize in yourself what stage in life you are, then you don't have to beat yourself up. You say, oh, well, I'm just in the exploration stage of my life. Or, oh, well, that's why I don't want to travel anymore. I'm in the stability stage of my life. And it helps you understand other people. When you look at other people, and if you see somebody being really crazy and trying new things and I don't know, drinking too much alcohol, you say, they're still in their exploration stage, maybe. So it might be useful. Anyway, that's the topic. I thought it was kind of interesting ideas. Now, I've got 3 questions. Number 1, which of these stages do you think you are in? For me, I think I'm in the, oh my goodness, I'm in the legacy stage. I think I'm making books and thinking about passing on what I've learned at Tower English to the next generation and teaching. So I'm in the legacy stage. I'm an old man. Which stage are you? Number two, which stage is the hardest, do you think? I don't know. And number three, are these stages a useful way of thinking about life? Or is it just too simple? I don't know. You tell me next time I see you. Okay, I've got to get on with my legacy now. Got some work to do. Got to prepare lessons. So, okay, thank you very much. See you soon.